Hello you good folks out there, and welcome back to a new DAS video. This is my second one, so hopefully you enjoyed the last one, or the first one I should say, that I made. So if you did, you'll find that video down in the description or on my YouTube profile, so check that out if you like, and at the same time subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Always helps to grow the channel, to grow, and I always appreciate that. So do as you like, but that's all up to you. But anyway, in this it's a little bit shorter of a video. This video I'm gonna guide you through what I do when I do the post work. So we're gonna do the post work on this render that we made in the, or not we, I made it. You just watched it, me do it, but anyway, you know what I mean, that I made in the last video. So we're gonna do some post work on this. This is the original version without any work to it. This is just final render without, yeah, the original one. So I will jump into Paint first, or paint.net I should say. I usually use that program because not that, and among other another one that I will show you after. But first I start off in Paint to fix some stuff, because this is free and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna fix this because that's a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna, and I have added some scripts that I usually use. So what I do, it's I don't remember where I got it from. It's this script, content aware fill. Very good, handy tool indeed. So I don't remember where I got it from. So what I just do, I press this one, the lasso tool, this, and I just circle around it like so. It doesn't always work as I hope, but I have another method to do that on if it doesn't work. But then I press Effect, Selection, and Content. Boom, and a window pops up. Usually I don't change anything here. I just press OK. But nothing happened here. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, it happens. But maybe sometimes I have to do it several times, and then I can just do that, and it started to look good. So there, it helped a little bit. But if it doesn't help, I use this one, the clone thing, this one. I can use that, and then I press that, and I bump up this. So let's say about 15-ish. That's good, yeah. And then I just press the CTRL button just to copy this here. Hold it in and you click, boom, like that. And you can just do like so. And you do that on the other side. CTRL, click, and boom. And then you can zoom out a little bit to see how it looks. Yeah, that looks good. That looks great. I'm happy about that. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. Then I can use the tool again. Just try to use as little as possible. Just like so. Effect. This. Let it do its job, and I can redo that one to be effect. It's a little bit better like this. I'm just gonna use this clone thing. Just play around with it, or you can just go out and I'm just gonna see here. You just play around with those two tools usually, so it always works if you just play around with it. so. I'm just gonna see what that does. Yeah, there we go. Now it helped. Looks good. And then I'm noticing something else. I'm gonna fix these. Like so. Boom. And boom. And boom. Very handy tool. And there we go. It fixed that. Pretty good, eh? It's content aware fill. That's, if you just Google it, I guess you can find it. It's very handy. I'll use that a lot in my post work. So always something that you forgot to fix or that you can fix, so that you just use that tool to fix it. But this is, I'm pretty happy here with what I'm done. So let's just save it like so, and boom, and there you go. And then we're gonna open it up in GIMP. Boom. There you go. It is. We are in GIMP. I usually use GIMP because I started to use it because it's free, and then I just ended up continue using it, and I really like GIMP. So yeah, that's why I'm using it, because it's a free program. It's a very good one. And this is the second thing that I use. I almost do that on each and every render or a picture or render that I have made afterwards. So first, I fix all the stuff in Paint, and then I go into GIMP and I do all. This is the step that I always do, usually, because it helps for the colors to pop out and such. So if you go, just watch here what I usually do. I press this thing here, duplicate this one. I don't know if your setup is the same as me, but it's the duplicate thing. You press that twice, 1 and 2. Copy it 2 times. So like we have 3. Don't touch anything, keep it up on the top. And then you press colors, like so. And then you press desaturate. I think I pronounced it correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then do your saturate again, and boom, press it, and just don't touch. You don't need to change anything. You can leave it. If it's on something else than at yours, you keep it at luminance and opacity 100% and luminance, and then you just press OK. And after that, you press color again, and then you press invert, and boom, and there you go. And after that, I press filters and go to blur and Gaussian blur, like so. And then another video pops up, and I usually keep it at 1.5 on both of them: auto, clamp, adjust, replace, and 100% on opacity. And this thing, I bump that up. I use that as like so it takes both at the same time, and nothing at presets. I bump that up to 10.5 on both, like so. And then I press OK, like so. And now the magic happens. I go over here. You see the arrow? I go to opacity, like here, under normal, like there, mode, normal. And I double click, and I press, usually go with 25. And boom. You can adjust that to your liking. If you don't like it at 25, you can play around with that. But usually, in most cases, 25 is the perfect number for me. So press 25 and press click and press enter, like so. And then I go to the top layer here, the one that you shows in white here, and I right click, and then I go to merge down, like so, and I click that, and then now the magic happens. And then I go to the mode here where it says normal. You click that, and then you scroll down a little bit and until you find grain merge. You click that, and boom, you see there it really popped up. And then you click on opacity again, double click, and you press 50%, half. You can adjust that as you like. If you want more or less, that's up to you. But I usually use 50% because that's the perfect number that I find. So there you go. That is what I did. That is mostly what I do. So you can see the before and after. Before and after. So it really helps it to pop, the colors to pop out. But if in some cases you might need to do some other stuff to change it, because if the walls or something are too very bright sunlight and the walls are white and there are a lot of white stuff, if you do it at grain merge, it might be a little, gets even more bright and it be a little bit more bright. Then you can just go click here at grain merge and then go soft light instead. Play around with those and just play around with those, overlay or soft or hard. But so I usually go either grain merge. In most cases I use grain merge, but sometimes I use soft light. It depends on it depends. And then you might have to bump, if you go to soft light, you might have to bump it up maybe a little nudge up, maybe 70-75 ish. But in most cases this works perfectly. And then after I've done that, in some cases I just go play with the color balance. I can just add a new layer like so, and you just click it and press OK. You don't change anything, like so. And then you can click color, click that, or color and color balance, and there you go. Another weird video, and you can see you can change some stuff. You can you can play around with that to give some extra effect. I'm gonna see it go down with a little bit of yellow, not too much, 10 maybe, and maybe a little bit of red. Reset. Green maybe. Wait, I can. Oh, sorry. No layers. Just gonna delete that like I did. No layers. I'm messed up there. So just what I did here. Just ignore that. You got the color balance, and boom, you can just play around. Let go with that's still a little bit too much. 8, maybe a little bit of red. Just playing around here. Reset. I'm gonna go with a little bit of blue and a little bit of green. Let's see how that looks. Then you go edit and undo. That's the original one. Or before I did the color balance and after color balance. I think that pops out even a little tiny, a little bit extra. It popped out a little bit. So I think I am happy with that actually. So now we just go to file and we're gonna save it. Go to file and export as, and then official. That's my where I usually save it. And yeah, I can save it there. Go select file, and I usually save it as JPEG. And when I save the render in the DAS, I usually save them first as PNG, just to your information. After that, you can save it as JPEG and export. Wait a few seconds and export. Boom, and you can close it. And here is the final version. I'm happy with the result. So this is after I have done the post work. So you see the colors pops out a little bit more. You can see in the face it pops out a little bit more, and just to the colors, and in most cases when you just raw material, right, without any post work, it's a little bit dull, so you need some love. So this is the final version. You can see the with and without. This is before. You can see it a little. You can see the colors. It fades a little bit, and you can see it especially in the face there. Pops out a little bit extra. Before and after. So it's not a whole lot of difference, but it's some different. So that is how I do the post work for my renders. Usually, in many cases, I do other stuff. If you have reflections from the sun in the windows and such, I add some what you call it, stripes, shadows and dust particles if it's a dusty room and whatnot. It depends. So it depends, but this is just raw material. So that's this is what I do or usually do on every renders. All the other stuff, like I said, the stripes or the dust, or there's a fly bugging me, and mist and whatever, all that kind of stuff effects. You do that. It depends on the picture, so you do that as well. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you did, press that thumbs up button and subscribe if you like. And if you have some tips, tricks, comments and all that good stuff, post that down below in the comment section. And if you want to watch more and you want to watch all the other videos that I made in the history of mankind, you can find everything that you need to know about down in the description on my YouTube profile, or on the screen here in just a second. So with that being said, I will see you good folks in the next video. Take care of each other, be safe, and bye bye. Peace out.